Welcome to Ark Survival Ascended Bootcamp, where we will be going over all the how-tos, where-tos, and what you will need to-dos. In today's video, we're going to be going over taming that Quetzal because it's huge. It's an absolutely insane tame for picking large dinos. Not as good as the Rhino-Ganatha, but a lot more feasible of tame. Because all you got to do is knock it out and tame it. And there's quite a few that flow around. I mean, you find a level 15 Quetzalcoatlus in early game, go ahead and tame that bad boy up because it's going to be able to pick stegos. That's great for PvP. It can also pick rhinos and mammoth, which is excellent for taming them. You can bring them to your base and knock them out and get them tamed up instead of having to tame them out in the wild. So it makes it a lot safer, really secure that bag, you know what I'm saying? So, we're going to be going over Quetzal taming, because it's going to be a really good tame that you're going to want to get a breedline going on. But they are very difficult to tame if you don't know what you're doing. And they are almost impossible to tame if you're by yourself. So, how do you tame it, right? You need at least 2 people in the beginning. If you don't have one, then you need 2 people. If you don't have 2 people, it's going to be nearly impossible to knock this bad boy out because you don't have net gun. If you can somehow, I don't even know what to say. You need 2 people, all right? So we're going to simulate an RG. You're going to need an RG and 2 people because the RG has enough weight to carry 2 people's kits. Let me get rid of all this nonsense garbage. Alright, so my kit right now is about 200 pounds. So you would need something with about 800 weight. And RG can reach that very easily. You see this thing has gotten like no levels. So it's got to carry my weight plus somebody else's kit. Plus it's got to have double the weight of both of our kits combined. So 200 plus 200 is 400. 400 is 800. So you need RG with like, I don't know, 800, 900 weight and then just pure stam. Because you're going to have to chase this thing all over the place. Because when you hit it, they're passive. They don't want to mess with you. They don't want nothing to do with any kind of combat. They're very passive dinos. So the moment you do damage, it's going to try to sprint to fly away. The RG is a little bit faster than the Quetzal, so it's not going to get away. If you have to land for stam, it is what it is. The Quetzalcoatlus torpidity does decrease pretty quick, but it's not the end of the world if you have to stop and get stam. Okay. You should be able to do so and still get the knockout. It's just going to take some time to find it and keep it going. It does also take headshot multiplier damage. So if you're the partner who's shooting, the more headshots you can get, the better. You've got to lead your shot, and you're going to want to use the best tranks available. So if you have like a 298 crossbow, that's going to be better than a trank rifle. Because not every shot is going to hit. And what's great about a crossbow is that it reloads a little bit faster than a rifle. So if you miss a shot, you'll reload faster and maybe get the next shot. And as long as you're building torpor, it's not decreasing torpor. So a 298 crossbow is an excellent choice. Otherwise, if you do use a trank rifle, you're able to make trank darts. Go get yourself some, I want to say bioluminescent. It's basically the thing that the Cnidaria gives you. The jellyfish. So, biotoxin. Get yourself some biotoxin and just turn those trank darts into shocking trank darts. It's going to save you so much time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you real quick. These things spawn only in the ocean. So you just kill it and you can harvest it with literally anything. Biotoxin. You take that biotoxin with a trank dart in your fabricator and you make yourself shocking trank darts. Alright. And then you'll be good to go with a long neck, no problem. So, I'll show you real quick. If you don't already know, this is like the only tame where I would really highly advise doing shocking trank darts. Alright, you just need a little bit more metal with your trank and biotoxin. And you're going to have metal if you're this far in the game. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do this. might not have enough room. There we go. That's all we needed. Honestly, I could have just demolished the foundation. But, boom. Now you can make your shocking train darts. I need gasoline in order to run this, but you get the idea, right? Okay. So, shocking trank darts. Don't ever use regular trank darts. Use shocking. They do have a DK timer, but they can be put in the fridge. So, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like they decay. It's not like you're going to lose 100 stack in 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? No problem. Alright, so let's simulate this, because I do not have a second player to help me out. I'm going to pick them. They're going to be my claws. And we're going to go scout for a Quetzal. Now, that being said, you probably know where it is, right? So we saw this Quetzal a long time ago. We know where it is. Now we're just coming out to tame it. So I've got him in my claws, and I'm basically going to simulate this best I can without actually having a second player. So you're going to hold the player right above the head as close as you can, as best as possible. Because what's going to happen is, when the player shoots, you want to lead it, right? Boom, headshot. When the player shoots, the RG's got to do its best to follow the Quetz. Now, once you shoot it in the head, it's game on. I mean, body shots, you just don't want that torpor to go down. Is all you're basically doing. And don't try to shoot its wings, because you're never going to body shot its wings. You want to aim exactly center mass. Okay, don't even worry about headshots. If you miss too many shots, and you start shooting it in the... Or if you miss too many shots and it de-aggros, then you want to make sure that your first shot is a headshot, because it's going to be moving slow. It's not even looking at you. Like, see it de-aggroed? Now you want to aim for your headshot. Alright, I aimed too far ahead of it. Alright, headshot, boom. Alright, I aimed for a headshot again, which was a mistake. You just want to go for body shots once it's on the passive flee AI state. Don't ever aim for anything other than center mass, because it's just going to be a waste of a dart. How many darts do you need to bring with a primitive long neck? Well, it's going to be about, I'd say, 50 to 100. It's going to be a safe bet, even for a level 150. Obviously, the lower the level, less darts it's going to take. And on the island, you're pretty safe from it going into any kind of like water where it's going to drown. So don't even worry about getting a horse with a lasso. If this was another map, like, say, Valguero, I would say have a horse on standby for this. Because these guys love to drown themselves. If there's a body of water nearby, I'm in creative mode. What? Alright, well that's 20 strength darts. Oh, turned. I'm trying to simulate the best I can somebody carrying me on an RG. So not all of your shots are going to hit. And this is single player with no lag. So if you could imagine any more ping, you're going to have to lead your shots very far. And always aim for the center black mass. Don't ever aim anywhere else. Looks like it's slow, so I'm going to try to go for a headshot. There we go. Got a headshot. And eventually this thing's going to knock out. You know? Eventually. Now when it does knock out, you're gonna want to get spike walls immediately. Okay, so there's nothing worse. There we go. Than having a 150 knocked out and then it just gets, you know, meat ran by a Rex or Sabertooth or literally anything that's aggressive, like say raptors, what have you. So there we go. Get myself some hide, get myself some wood, some thatch, and then I can start making some spike walls. Not metal, jeez. Regular spike walls. And don't put it like inside of it, because you can do that. You know, you can put spike walls like this. No, be generous with your spacing. Really really put those walls like outside of the body of the Quetz. It's gonna take a lot of walls. A Quetz is not a small tame. It's a very big tame, very big deal, very difficult, especially in these primitive ways of arc. Now, back in the days when you could just net gun them, you know, kibble's pretty easy to obtain. And that's a completely different story. But I even recommend, boom, you know, completely sealing it off. Now, my teammate would have had an RG, but it's perfectly fine if you have more than just one teammate. You know, somebody following with a PT as best they can. So that way the RG can go back home, and then you've just got a PT out here with this bad boy. Now you feed it the raw mutton, raw prime meat, raw meat. It does like to wake up, so you're going to want to have some narco berries ready on hand. So either raw mutton, raw prime meat, raw meat. I think I actually have some mutton on this server. I'm not going to go get it, but you get the idea. Now it's knocked out, now it's tamed. Now I'm going to go over how to tame a Quetzal by yourself. So if you're all alone, what you're going to need to tame a Quetzal by yourself is a Quetzal in the first place, and a little bit of building. So we're going to do... How do you build a Quetzal to trap a Quetzal? Well, you're going to need to do one foundation on the corner, like so. It doesn't need to be like perfect. Actually, if you do make it perfect, go a little to the right and back, because you don't want it perfect. Alright, now I can pick this up. And then I'm also going to pick this up, because this is where I want my beds. If you do own a Quetzal, put beds on it. Alright, don't even mess around. Put beds on that bad boy. With a platform saddle, for sure. Primitive platform saddle if you need to. Let's see here. And then we're going to do double door frames and 2 ceilings. So you'll probably build this when you find your Quetzal. So we're going to go in front of it, and it's going to be pretty far forward. So we're going to do the outsides, and then we want it to be trapped. So we're going to do 2, 3, 2, 2, and 2. That's the RG I dipped. And then we're going to want to put doors right here, because these doors open this way, which is what we want. Probably put some doors here too. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Because, oh, forgot the ceilings. Do not forget the ceilings, otherwise obviously it'll just fly straight up. And you just need like a couple ceilings. The more you build, the easier it is to trap, but this is like the least amount that you would kind of want to build to trap it. How do you want to level this Quetzal? You need at least enough weight for your player, obviously. And if you have a second player, which you don't need, okay, so let's talk about one person. So it doesn't need any levels in weight. It doesn't need any levels in health. It just needs some stamina. Alright. And then you probably scouted it earlier on like a PT, or one of your teammates knew it was there from another thing that they were trying to do. I'm just going to get this out of the sky real quick. And this is the simpler way of doing it, obviously. So the Quetzal is out here. You know exactly where it is. It's going to take a long time to fly the Quetz because they're kind of slow. But luckily, wild Quetzals that spawn, they'll stay in the general area. And they fly kind of slow until they get hit. Once they get hit, they speed up. But off the rip, they're pretty slow. And the cool thing about buildings in Ace, and I don't think it'll change in Asa, is that you can just pretty much phase it right through the Quetzal. But when you get off, it'll be like it's stuck. So, wait for it to move. And this one's red and black, which is really cool. Can I get it in there? And then, boom, just hop right off. Now it's stuck. Close the door. I don't even need to close this one. I've done this before. So I've got my drink dart, and I just shoot it in the face. That was not a headshot. But it is completely stuck, so we're chilling. You're going to want to try to get headshots now that it's stuck, because, you know, reserves ammo. Well, it doesn't want to stay still, so I'm going to just body shot it real quick. Alright, stay still. That's still technically not a headshot. And you'll get that a lot in these traps. The headshots do not come easy. You have to shoot it, like, literally on the tippity tip of its beak. I don't know why it is like that, but it is. See? That's still not a headshot. How? The world may never know. That's a headshot. Alright, that's a miss. That's not a headshot. See, it's crazy, right? That's a headshot. You gotta aim a little high and, like, the tip of the beak. That's not even a headshot. Like, I don't even know what to say about it, really. There we go. Got the headshot. Alright, go in the middle, a little high, and it got free. But that's not the end of the world, because we're going to be able to trap it right away really fast. As soon as it slows down, we'll be right there, and we'll get it back in the trap. Let's make sure we close our door. You know, sometimes that'll happen. Just glitches out for no reason. If you want to use a little bit more materials to stop that from happening, you can just, instead of kind of having like one double door frame here and there, and you can put 2 double door frames. I already dropped some. But that's what I'll do. You know, have 3 there, 3 there, 3 there, 3 there. And the ceilings. And it... It's a very loud buzzing noise near me. A little concerning. But anyways. Alright, we're hot on its tail. We're going to get in the trap. It's not going to get out this time. Alright, come here. There we go. Not a body, or not a headshot. Insane. Doesn't make any sense. Just keep shooting it, it'll knock out right onto your platform, and you're free to feed it. Now you can't move knockout dinos, except for a lasso with a horse, so... I mean, if you had a horse with a lasso, that'd be insane, but... They have a lot of health. Shocking darts are never, ever, ever going to kill your dino before it knocks out, just because of how insane the torque is compared to damage dealt. Alright, getting some good headshots in. There we go, finally. Now it should stay in the trap. Shouldn't fall. So, don't move the Quetzal. Don't ride it. Don't move it. Just feed it right here. And it'll tame up. Alright, and that's how you tame a Quetzal with a duo. Till you get your own Quetzal. And then using that Quetzal as a way to tame more Quetzals. And that's it, peace!